Okay, for once, Nicolás Maduro is innocent. What's up, guys? This is GN Guy. If you like my content, don't forget to like, leave a comment, and subscribe. So, there's new footage that shows that the Venezuelan security forces did not destroy the convoy. It was somebody else. It was apparently a protester. Let's take a look at this New York Times video. Well, it's on their page.
Unseen TV footage that fills this gap and tells a more complicated story. So let's back up the TV footage and see what happened. A small group of protesters starts throwing rocks and Molotov cocktails. We'll focus on this one protester. Here we see him throwing 2 Molotovs toward police. Let's look at this scene again. 4 trucks are stranded on the bridge. The protester approaches from here, behind the 3rd truck. He launches 1 Molotov, but the second one separates, and the burning rag veers off toward the trucks, not the police. Let's fast forward a little, and we'll synchronize.
Okay, so you get the gist of it. It was a protester. It wasn't Maduro's forces that stopped that inflamed that burned the trucks down. All right, it was something else. It was just an accident. A protester that was throwing Molotovs at the police, and one of the Molotovs went into the trucks that was right in front of him. So this kind of counters the entire narrative of these people are destroying the food trucks meant for the people. All right, I mean, initially I wanted this to be true, but the facts are facts. You know, you can't really skew the facts. The narrative seemed to fit Venezuela's authoritarian rule. Security forces, on the order of President Nicolás Maduro, had torched a convoy of humanitarian aid as millions of his countrymen were suffering from illness and hunger. Vice President Mike Pence wrote, "The tyrant of Caracas danced as his henchmen burned food and medicine." The State Department released a video saying Maduro has ordered trucks burned. Not true, apparently. The Venezuelan opposition held these images of burning aid, reproduced dozens of news outlets and media screens throughout Latin America as evidence of Nicolás Maduro's cruelty. Apparently, Nicolás Maduro did not do anything wrong. But he is still a communist, and his policies, as well as his predecessors' policies, are what caused this economic collapse in Venezuela. There's a problem. The opposition itself, not Maduro's men, appears to have cargo lit accidentally. Unpublished photo, and it was wrong. They actually cut out a couple minutes, so it's actually their fault too. They're trying to push a narrative, so they're propagating fake news. The opposition. There's no innocent party here. You can't really blame people. Even if it fits the narrative, Maduro's this kind of person, and it cascades him as someone evil. You need to understand that the truth is the truth is going to set you free, ultimately. Nicolás Maduro did absolutely nothing wrong in this part. He's completely innocent, and this is something that is vindicating him. That is good for him. So, the United States Agency of International Development, the principal supplier of aid to the bridge, did not list medicine among the donations. Another lie. Top opposition official on the bridge told that the New York Times has buried shipment contained medical supplies like face masks and gloves, but not medicine. And the video clips reviewed by New York Times shows some of the boxes contain hygiene kits, and the Americans identified the containing ships like soap and toothpaste. Like the claim Mr. Maduro burned medicine was persisted. The lie travels half around the world before the truth even has a minute to put on his shoes. Rules has lied about the humanitarian crisis in Venezuela. He's contracts criminals to burn food and medicine intended for Venezuelan people, which is not true. Wrote Mr. John Bolton, President of Trump's security advisor, and messaged on Twitter on March 2nd. And been contacted by the Times about their claims. American officials released a statement describing how fire began more cautiously. Eyewitness accounts indicate the fire started when Maduro's force violently blocked the entry of the humanitarian assistance. The statement said, they're trying to dance around this issue, but we can see from the video it was an accident. The protesters accidentally lit their own trucks on fire. So the truth is going to give you the high ground. If you go and side with the truth and facts and logic, you're going to win at the end. Because nobody, no government, no institution, how oppressive they are, they're going to succumb to entropy. And truth is a form of entropy. It's the truth is gonna come out eventually, and it's going to win at the end. American officials noted that whether the circumstances, they held Mr. Maduro responsible because he locked the aid trucks and that day punished Venezuelans in need. Maduro is responsible for creating the conditions of violence, said Mr. Garrett Marcus, spokesman for the National Security Council. His thugs denied entry for tons of food and medicine, while thousands of outrageous Venezuelans sought safeguard while delivered Venezuelan families. The aid shipment has created a shutdown unlike any other border in the border between Colombia and Venezuela for years. February 23rd, Venezuelan opposition planned to pierce the military's blockade of Mr. Maduro, hoping that the president's security forces would break with him rather than so much needed aid. They argued that the cascade of defenses in the military should follow, eventually toppling the government. Said Mr. Maduro's security forces, along with government-aligned gangs, attacked the protesters who came armed with rocks and Molotov cocktails. One of the trucks burned in the melee, igniting the banter of wars over who's responsible. It sucks what happened to it, but let's take a moment and decompress. People want war. And Maduro needs to step down at least. His government is collapsed. He's a former truck driver. He has no experience in economics, and he's in charge of a state which controls the economy of its country. That's not going to work. You can't really set prices. The market sets prices. The government does not do that. The government and the state, if they try to meddle in the market, it's going to cause a collapse. And this is what happened in Venezuela. They appropriated little shops and everything, and they took away the incentive for people to work diligently. And they put all their eggs in one basket, the oil basket, and the oil is not going up. It's not. Hybrid cars are here. People are moving away from oil and going to alternatives. And that is going to cause a collapse of oil. Oil is going to, within the next couple of 30 to 40 years, people are going to use other forms of power. It's more convenient. If you can charge your car at home, in that way, you don't have to go to you don't have to pay gas for your car. I prefer that. It's going to be convenient. It's not going to be some kind of high-minded ideals of environmentalism. It's just going to be convenient. Oh, it's more convenient to charge my car at home overnight and then drive it in the morning. It's got a full charge. And those cars are coming. And oil is on its way out. It's already got the left is always already against oil, and it's going to be phased out eventually. You know, since we do have a finite resource, we're gonna run out of oil soon, and everybody's on board and with changing that. So guys, if you like my content, don't forget to like, leave a comment, and subscribe.